Hi, welcome everybody. It's been a while since I uploaded the last video, but here we go again. Today I wanted to talk about something that concerned me especially for years, a good guitar tone in the mix. So I've been struggling for years now to get the right guitar tone that fits well in a metal mix. So you're probably knowing this problem, your mix doesn't stick together, it's not coherent. It sounds muddy, you don't know what it is, and I found out what it is, and it's the guitars. And today we're gonna take a look at how to get a tight sound that suits a mix very well. I think that I'm gonna upload more videos like this if you like it. That's called the Brainstorming Sessions, where I tell you my stories about how I found out things, because I like to share my personal experience, because I struggled for years in sound. Maybe it's interesting for you to see my view on this, what helped me personally. It won't be sufficient to just watch this video. You should go ahead and watch other videos, because there are tons of tutorials out there which are very helpful and help me to get to this point where I am now. So yeah, to start with, let's check out two examples. The first example is a mix that I made not long ago. It's with my old guitar patch. I have a video to show how to dial that in. It's with that patch, slightly mixed, but yeah, that's what it sounds like. Okay, well, it doesn't sound bad. It's like, okay, it sounds fat, but it's nothing compared to this. That's what I'm talking about, that punchiness, that crispiness, and overall the mix is so much better. Well, we'll talk about it later, because it's not perfect yet at all, but it's a big step for me personally, and I still have to learn a lot. We're here for now. What did I change? I did not change much in the mixing on the EQ, but what I changed is the patch on my pod. And the thing is, I noticed that you easily go with a tone that is, that suits your ear very well when you're playing in your bedroom, or I don't know, you think it's nice, bassy and low end, and you think it's just that sound in the big mixes like of Periphery and Monuments. But the thing is, if you listen to guitars in a mix, they sound like this. They're tiny like this. And the reason why they sound so big is because they're supported by the bass layer underneath. So your ear thinks, because when the mix is well done, both are glued together, so the guitar sounds so big, also in stereo, of course. So what you need to do is, and what I had to do, is change my approach creating pod sounds, on not necessarily pod, X-Effects, whatever, or even your amp when you're miking it up. I didn't change the amp simulation or cab or anything like that. I simply reduced the bass a lot. I added quite more highs. You have to see it like that. If your signal is already better even before processing, it will be also better after, when it's processed. Don't worry, it took me 5 years to realize. What you get is overall more clarity already in your raw sound, and this helps so much in the mix later on. Okay, well, and the second thing is you have to do the right thing on your EQ and compressor in your DAW with the other instruments around, and I can show you in a second how I do that. Just gonna give you a quick look into what I do, what I personally do. It's still not perfect. I'm not the professional. I learned this by myself. All those professionals, bear with me, while watching this horrible mixing tutorial. It's not a tutorial. Anyway, let's move to the screen. Okay, so here we are, second try. Like the first try I didn't have any sound out of the DAW because of a little mistake. But yeah, so here we are. What we have here is 2 tracks of the old patch and 2 tracks recorded with the new patch. Let's start with a little comparison. So this is the old patch. You know, it's not bad. Check the new one. Much more crisp, much more clarity. Yeah, I mean, you can tell. Now the worst part is when you listen to the old patch without any EQ on it. Is it with EQ? You know, there's some stuff going on still. And if I disable the EQ, it's terrible. There's so much rumbling going on in the low end. You don't need that at all, and it just messes up your tone. Let's check out how the new patch sounds without any EQ in it. You know, it's tight right away. That's what's so important, because you don't have to mess around that much with the EQ to get all these shitty frequencies out of the way. You just get rid of them even before the mixing stage when you're dialing in your tone on the pod. That's raw. That's the raw pod sound. Okay, well, with compressor. That's how it comes out of the pod. Let's check the mixing. Okay, you can see 2 EQs here. That's because the Logic intern EQ doesn't have many peaks that you can do. So I EQ, I compress, and EQ again. There are better ways. I need to get a new EQ plugin, I guess. Let's check out what I did here. What I always did is a low cut at 100 Hz, because below that there are frequencies you absolutely don't need for your mix. The bass is gonna take care of all what's below here. And then you can see these spikes here, and what I do is I boost completely, and I'm looking for frequencies that create resonances. You know, there are many little things you can do here, but just to keep it simple and just to show you guys how it goes. So you can definitely hear that. Those are the frequencies that you really don't need and really don't want. It's those frequencies who mess up your mix. They mess up the whole thing. If you take them out, you create room for other frequencies that you want to be there. That's the whole point of EQing. As you can see, I did a little high cut here because the highs are also not that important for a guitar. The guitar sits in the mid-range of a mix. In the highs, you have the cymbals who take care of that. I tend to cut that out, especially with that new patch. It might sound pretty bright right off the pod. But I just tend to leave those frequencies there so I can like mess with them and have more control about how much of those high crisp sounds I want. Yeah, second EQ looks like this. Here I found some more disturbing frequencies and I cut here a little to round it up in the high range. You know, I can still hear some things that are not perfect, but it's just to get an idea of what the process is like. And there are tons of videos that show how to mix guitars and stuff. So go ahead and watch as many as you can. You have no benefit from just watching my video or just one other video. The best way is to get as many approaches as possible so you can create your own. That's pretty much it. Yeah, so I really hope that this video could help you a bit with your approach to a good mixable guitar sound. I'm not a professional, I still have to learn a ton, but this really made a big difference for me, and it gave me hope to become better. So if you liked it, please subscribe. If you want more of these brainstorming sessions, let me know in the comments. Comment your thoughts. I'm really interested in your opinion about that. Tell me what I'm doing wrong. If you want, I can do some videos about my basic mixing approaches of the other instruments, such as the bass or the drums, for instance. By the way, I got a new drum plugin now. I'm using GGD Get Good Drums samples, which are amazing, but that's another story. I hope you liked it, like the video, subscribe, and I will see you next time. شوف انت الوب كول